You are live! I did a video on these Built bars that I opened up, and it's been a couple of weeks now. And this one here is raspberry. So the thing that I've noticed with these bars is because it has a dark chocolate. They don't all have dark chocolate, but the ones I've been getting do. There is some that are white chocolate. It may not have the same positive effects for me, but what I've noticed with dark chocolate in general is that it was always too bitter, and I liked the milk chocolate because it was sweet and smooth, soothing. But I could sit down and eat, 10 pounds of white chocolate bars without even batting an eye. Needless to say, that's not terribly healthy for most of us. But dark chocolate has more of the good stuff in it because it hasn't been diluted with the milk chocolate that's really found in just about all candy bars that people love and adore. So what I have found with these is that I could do two of these. If I don't have time to make breakfast or make lunch, or I just don't feel like doing it, I could eat two of these and these would replace a meal. And when I check my sugar later, it wouldn't be spiked out of control. Now, I really haven't found any little doodads that I can eat on a regular basis in the house and have it not bother my blood sugar a lot. Like I said, I have my Highland Farm ice cream. It depends on when I eat it, but it doesn't bother me the way some dairy stuff does. But overall, my blood sugars have coming down, a little bit. If it comes down at 20 points, I mean, that's a big deal to me. So what I found with the dark chocolate is because it has that taste, that little bitterness, it just kind of lingers with you in your taste buds, and it's not a bad taste. It's just that dark chocolate bitter taste, and you don't really think, oh well, what can I eat next to satisfy my hunger? Because I'm not hungry. So I think they put something in here like cellulose, or well, not cellulose like the tree, but cellulose like what they put in marshmallows. So that would be gelatin, not cellulose. Um, I look through the ingredients. Like this one here, protein blend, which is whey protein, um, isolate. Let me get my glasses on. It's still not enough. Partially hydrogenated whey protein, water, dark chocolate, which is sugar, chocolate liqueur, cocoa butter, milk fat, soy lecithin, and vanilla. There's a digestive resistance. That must be the gelatin. Oh, and here it says gelatin. And then natural flavors and citric acid, and it contains milk and soy. So if you're allergic to milk and soy, you can't have it in. Equipment that does not process peanuts or tree nuts. Although some of the bars do have peanuts in it. So you can order a batch without peanuts. You can order them with peanuts. It's up to you on what you want to order. I signed up to be an ambassador with these bars because to hand out the link before as just a friend, to a referral to a friend, it was like this, humongously long link that doesn't fit on a label. So my name on the channel outside of the Reverend John O'Toole. But if you dig a little deeper, it's actually the ferryman. So, because I'm the ferryman. And if you believe in fairies, then you understand me being the ferryman. If you don't believe in fairies, you could still call me the ferryman. It's F-A-E-R-Y, not F-A-I-R-Y, which are two different things, and I won't explain the difference. So if you do a referral code of the ferryman, you should get 10% off. It'd be nice if you got 20% off because that's what the big boys get, but they don't give the 20% off unless you're one of the big boys. Well, so, and they must actually negotiate for that. But 10% is still not bad. That's going to cover, well, shipping is free actually. So, yeah. But it would give me some points to say that I'm actually doing something. And then I could end up canceling my thing because I don't actually produce enough leads on it. But I'm going to share this with people that I know, particularly people that are struggling with calories. And I might even give some bars away. And maybe it's easier for me to just write the ferryman on the outside of the label than it is to print up a label. But yeah, I recommend you at least getting a box and trying it out, unless there's something about it you don't like. And if you don't like them, then give them to your friends because their friends are going to like them. You're going to find somebody that likes them, particularly if someone's struggling with calories or, appetite and cravings. Because you can only eat so much junk like this, particularly this isolation. I like popcorn, but popcorn isn't as satisfying as some of these. Like I had a couple of these for breakfast, and it's now, what is it, 2 o'clock? And I'm not hungry. Now I know I have to eat lunch because I haven't eaten lunch. And I'm not going to eat these for lunch because I had those earlier. But like I'll have these at night. Like tonight, last night I had one at midnight. And my blood sugar was actually 50 points lower than it would normally be when I get up in the morning. So it was a safe snack to have at midnight and not bounce my sugar off. Now, 50 points is a lot. I mean, if you're a diabetic, you know what I'm talking about. So I'm not a 90 number diabetic kind of control guy. If I'm around 150, I'm happy. My doctors are happy, and my eyesight are happy because when I get down to 90, my eyes are very blurry. So I don't like to be up over 200. I certainly don't want to be over 300. So finding unique ways of leveling out the carbs throughout the day helps keep the blood sugars in better control. So I'm kind of excited about this product. So I hope you try it out. BuiltBar.com, just like it's spelled out, not like the Attorney General we had last year. BuiltBar.com. That probably comes up backwards on the screen, but you can figure it out. And I know there's a setting for it, but I don't know why it won't maintain. And then, yeah, give it a try if you want. Order it under my name, and then I'll get credit for you ordering it. It takes a little time to get it shipped. It's just because the company is in Utah, United States, which is north central United States, kind of, sort of, over up Utah. Now, Utah is interesting because it's actually where the if I could dare say the word, the Mormons kind of live. They have a lot of farms, and they produce a lot of long-term storage food that's sold, like Go Patriot, My Patriot Supply. They have a prepackaged food that comes from those growers that do it. They used to be called Go Foods, which I used to be a distributor for, and I even have it in my emergency closet, supply closet, for, in case I have to go for that. It's a very healthy food. So, and they know about long-term storage of food for a rainy day. So it's not that uncommon for, so you're getting these products from, I don't know if they are themselves who they are or what, but it comes from that neighborhood, and I'm very happy with it. And I hope that you can give it a try. I can say you could get them off of Amazon for about the same price, although you can actually get deals. If you go there and you sign up, you use my promo card the first time, and then after that, they'll let you know when they get a new flavor in. Now, if you order from Amazon, you're restricted to a certain range of flavors. But if you sign off on their site, like they just had a flavor come out, and it was coconut brownie something. And actually, they just had one that come out. It was like marshmallow puff something or other flavor. So they'll have these new flavors come out, and you can buy a whole box and try it out. Versus the way that the last couple boxes I've been getting have been all a mixed selection, but those may not have the latest flavors in it. It's probably a standard box of bars. So if you have something that's a real favorite, you can order a real favorite from them, and you'll get it in. So that's my 2 cents about that. Now, the other thing I wanted to mention is that I've been having some problems with my car battery going dead because it's so cold, and I've been hibernating. And I just have to get in the habit of trying to get me or one of the people that come here to help me out go out and run my car for a half hour every day. But so I got this board. I ordered this. I haven't even opened the box up yet. So we'll open the box here, camera, see what comes in. And it's a battery tender. But they love the packaging, don't they? So bags, more bags. So this is what we got in. It's of course it's in reverse again. 750 milliamp battery charger. Now, when I was reading about doing this, as a matter of fact, I have a Traverse, a Chevy Traverse. So I was, interesting enough, the topic came up on the Chevy Traverse forum that I'm subscribed to, and they were talking about battery tenders, which was really interesting that it popped up at the same time that I was experiencing a problem. And they were talking about different ways. Now, you could set up some leads off of your battery and run a cable around so that you can plug into it. But the other way you could do it is to just attach to your cigarette lighter. Now, the problem on the cigarette lighter is that you don't want to exceed 1.8 amps. Whoops. On it. So it comes with instructions, length of cord, thickness of cord. If you're into off-grid power, you know a lot about sizing up cables. So the cable comes with this DC two-pronger that everybody knows. If you've ever had those solar panels from SunPack, then you know this connection. So now I couldn't get the cigarette lighter power cord from Tender in the same 2 days from Amazon. You had to get it from, so I found it as a generic for about half the price or even less. And it, it connects to this standard fitting. So, there you go. Of course, you wouldn't use it like that because you'd end up killing yourself. But you gotta get the picture. So what I would need to do is run, and they give you quite a length of cord, so it's probably too long, really. I run an extension cord to my car, and then take this here, and it's actually way too much cord, but although this is pretty thick cord here, and so that's basically how it is, although I think the cord is way too long for all of this. But the idea is that if you took this one, for example, that has the battery leads, you could hook these up to the battery, maybe. And I don't think these would go on a car battery very well, unless there's some ring connectors coming off the battery. Now, my battery is supposed to be under the rear seat, and I have never ventured to find it. And so this would be a fuse, I would think. So whether I do another video, it's a fuse, and I think I could see what that is. It's supposed to be written on there. I think they're color coded. I have a fuse box. They're out in the workshop, sort of. My summer workshop, not my winter workshop, because my summer workshop is my winter workshop, and it's outside. I can't see what the amperage on it is. I'm sure it's in the instructions, and I think they're color coded. So if I look for one that color, then it's probably pretty close. But you don't want to put if the fuse blows, you don't want to put a bigger fuse in it because it means it's drawing too much power out of it. But you guys already know that. So that's basically what I would do, is run a power cord from the house to the car, and then plug this into the cigarette lighter. I could actually use the one behind the front seat in the console, so I don't have to use the one on the dashboard. But I could use the one on the dashboard. And then this would send, at 750 milliamps. So this is the battery Tender Junior. And it would, so 750 milliamps, which isn't really a lot, but it might be just enough to keep it golden. Because if you put too much amperage through your cigarette lighter, it's going to be a problem. But if I were to hook up, the battery cable directly to the battery with this one, you'd have to be able to have enough cable to run to the up from the battery up to some place where you can, get your hands on it in the rear seat, which may not be a lot. Now, if you're hooking this up into the hood, you're obviously not going to be able to, you have to think about your ability to run cables to the car, and even still, it's kind of a sketchy thing. I think I can run the cord down, run it into the door, then hook it up, and then if I go off away someplace, I can unplug it and hook the cord onto the the railing, and then I suppose people run into the same thing when they're plugging in their EV cars. So that's what I have right now. It's been starting since last week. I had to jump it last week, Wednesday or so, and since then I've been going out and starting it up. So that's what my plan is. Now, in a future video, it's probably going to be next month. It's not going to be this month. I have a jump pack that I've had for 20 years. It's a Stanley. I'm reading it from the label. A Stanley 450 amp 900 model jump pack, and which has a cigarette lighter on it, and it has an air compressor and a USB charger on it. And of course, you use it to jump your battery. So I've had that forever. I mean, you hear people talk about them, and they say they don't last very long. But I've had that one forever, and I've jumped a lot of cars with it. Even somebody will start their car up, and I'll offer to help them out. So, yeah, I'll give this a try. I don't know if I'll shoot a video hooking it up. I might not. I don't know. Depends on what I'm in the mood for. All depends on what I'm in the mood for, and how cold it is when I'm out there doing it. But at some point next month, maybe the month after, I'll do a video on how to replace the battery in my jump pack, because that's cheaper. It's only like $28 for a battery, and to buy a new jump pack, a good one, is a lot more. So, but I do want you to try out the Built Bars. Anybody out there that, I don't know if they ship out of the country. I know I have a number of wonderful people that subscribe to my channel that are not in the United States. And I don't know if they would ship to you or not. They might. I noticed that one of the packages of bars I ordered shipped DHL, which is an international shipping company. So they might ship out of the country. It's up to you. It's funny how there's nobody listed in the live chat on the screen, even though I see there's two people on. Well, one of them is me. So there's another person there, but it's not showing us in the left window. Never could figure out YouTube. But when I do, they change it. It says 100% real chocolate. Zero guilt. Well, I don't know about the zero guilt. And 17 grams of protein. Now that's quite a lot of protein. How much do you get from a steak? So, no preservatives, gluten-free. Now it says gluten-free. Now, gluten is from grains. The gelatin, oddly enough, comes from the bones of cattle. That's where gelatin comes from. It has nothing to do with what we're talking about. But I used to work for Kodak, Eastman Kodak Company. So I know these little things about Eastman Kodak Company. Now, originally, the film base that Eastman Kodak would use for their film, before we went to digital cameras and everyone had film, the film was actually a gelatin-based product. We went through all kinds of processing. It wasn't something you got wet; it would dissolve like Jello would. But one of the key elements to making that film base was gelatin. Now they would order the raw ingredients, which was, of course, bones from cattle, and they would process it, and the top of the process would go to making film. What was left over from the film process, the gelatin that didn't meet the high standards of their process for making film, would actually go to companies like Jello, so that they could make the Jello gelatin, and you get the little boxes that you can make that stuff, at home, that shakes like, a jelly, a nice tummy, like my tummy will shake, like that bowl of jelly will shake. So it's interesting that before gelatin they had some other process that they used for the base that was super flammable. I don't think that actually film in general is very flammable, which is the problem with storing old films, is that those films were the film itself is extremely flammable. That's why they shipped it in metal cans to protect them from fire. So that's just some little tidbit you could talk about. And I managed to talk for 30 minutes, but it only cost me 30 minutes to upload to YouTube. Now, the video I just put up about going around the block was 6 minutes long, and it took 2 hours to upload to YouTube. So I should probably really figure out how to stream my videos to YouTube and have a quicker process. I bet it's not as hard as it seems. But added to that, we are in another snowstorm. Let's see, switch the camera around for a sec. Let it trim out. And you can see the snow. This is not a really bad snowstorm. We're talking about 6 inches of snow, which is a lot, I guess. But it's not 2 feet. A huge difference. Huge difference between 2 feet of snow in 8 hours and 5 inches of snow in 8 hours. But anywho, I wish everybody a happy Monday out there. Have a great day of the Mondays. And we'll talk real soon. All right? End stream. End stream. Where's my mouse? End stream. What do you mean, not yet?